I hope you're enjoying the progress that you're watching on my albino avocado tree. Please check out my playlist, Evidence for Christianity, Evidence for the Bible, End Times, and the Book of Revelation. I'll leave the links in the description. Enjoy. Alright, back for another albino avocado tree update. I know it looks kind of hopeless, and I'll explain to you what's been going on since the last video. So after transplanting it, this one started growing leaves out the top, and this one started growing stems out the side and with leaves on them. And then I watered it, and then the leaves died on this one, and then it started to die from the top down. This one continued to grow leaves, or the stems with leaves on it, and then I watered a second time, and those dried up and died. And it just started dying from the top down as well. I clipped both of them where the dead part stopped, and I don't think we're out of hope just yet. So if you look at this skinny one, there is a bud right there at the tip of my finger that's starting to grow. I also see another one right there, just a teeny tiny one there, and these other stem holes will probably produce buds. I'm hoping that this thick one here will pop out of it and grow some stems again, but I don't know, it's feeling kind of tough. It may be gone, but this one's still pretty tender. But let's hope that something happens. There's something obviously wrong in the soil, maybe some fungus. Anyway, some type of root rot that's causing these things to die. As soon as I water it, it reactivates whatever's going on in there and starts eating away at the roots. But anyway, I definitely let the soil dry out before watering it, so hoping to get rid of that. But I got some plans for this to try and save it, because I can't leave it in this soil. I got to do something. I got to get it out of there. So we'll see what happens. So this is what I came up with. I got it suspended by a nylon net there, but I took it out of the flower pot, dumped out all the soil, rinsed it out really good to make sure I got all the soil off, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's some new roots growing out there, so it's still alive. And let's see how this works, but I'm going to leave it in this, and maybe add some hydrogen peroxide once in a while to try and kill off any of the bacteria or fungus that's killing its roots. So here's the roots after 2 days of being in the water, and I added a teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, 3% each day. And the roots are doing pretty good. They've gotten longer, and they've got a lot of little hair-like micro roots starting all over the place. So I don't want to leave it in here for too long, because it's having to pull most of its nutrients from the seed. And that seed is looking pretty old, so I need to get it back into some soil. I've been getting some of the kids' play sand dried out that was just laying on the ground, and gonna mix that with some potting soil so that it has some good drainage. Then I'm gonna repot it, and we'll see how it does after that. There's my finished product. Probably about 50-50 sand versus soil, potting soil. That way it just has a lot better drainage. Don't have to deal with the root rot, hopefully. Now I want to go ahead and repot this thing. I'm going to put a little bit of my sand soil mix into the pot first. Just kind of cover the bottom where the drain holes are going to be, because I'm going to need quite a bit of room, I think, for all these roots in this size pot. I probably need a bigger pot, but I'm really just working with what I have and not really spending a whole lot of money on anything. So I got that rubber band off. I'm going to go ahead and remove my avocado. All right, there it is. So most of that is all dead root. And then now I'm going to fill in the I'm just going to lightly pack it down, and that's really about all I need. I'll put a little bit more in there. And then as the soil settles, I'll probably need to put a little bit more in there. And I might just use sand on top if it needs more, because I don't really want to put any more solid potting soil in the pot. So that looks pretty good. And from now on, when I water this thing, I want to only use a peroxide water solution. So that's what I mixed up to water it first, to try and keep the root rot from happening. All right, so there we go. It's back in a pot. So I'm not going to use a whole lot of water. I'm just going to use a very little bit. And it looks like my sand addition to the potting soil is doing the trick and getting the drainage down, and it's all draining really well. Okay, all right, I'll check back with you and let you know how it's going. Hopefully it's good news. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. If you want to connect with me, I have a public group on MeWe called Share Your Trade. I'll leave the link for that in the description also. Thanks for watching.